Yo, what's up, guys? We are Chopped Anime, three of the almighty Chopped Anime. We're back to chop up another anime movie, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Dragon Ball Super Superhero is about the return of the Red Ribbon Army, but this time they are led by Dr. Gero's grandson, Dr. Hito, and the Red Ribbon's current leader, Magenta, and their plot to create an even better and stronger Legion of Androids to take out the Z Fighters once and for all. Now, we're going to do some non-spoilers, give you our review of this movie. Then we'll get into spoilers. But I want to say my thoughts on this movie first. I appreciate the creativity and the effort and the risk they took with this movie. As you've seen from the trailers, they were going to take a risk with this animation style. The 3D anime or CGI anime is it's a risk because, to be honest, no one really does it that well outside of like Demon Slayer, really. But they don't do it totally. This movie is entirely at least 95 or 99, 100%, dang near the whole movie is in this type of animation style. And I appreciate them taking a risk. Now, that being said, it doesn't work all the way through, in my opinion. Towards the end, it looked like they get a boost in the budget out of nowhere. Or they kick their budget in better at the end, and it looks kind of like flawless. I'm not at the end of the second half of the movie. You'll see it really does look good, but through the beginning, you get this feeling that this movie is not going to work with this animation style. That's just in my opinion. Now, also, I appreciate the comedic aspect of the movie constantly throughout it. They had a lot of really good, witty comedic jokes that interpreted some callbacks to Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z movies that aren't canon and aren't canon and are canon. So ultimately, in my opinion, it was a solid, fun Dragon Ball Z movie, but it was probably the worst out of the four newer movies. But it was a fun time. I'll say that it was genuinely a fun time at the theater. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so we reviewed the trailer to this movie, and just seeing the trailer, it definitely looked kind of goofy. And we knew, I think from the trailer, it seemed like Great Saiyaman was going to be in it, and we pretty much saying that okay, if this dude's in the movie, this movie's going to be trash because all of his scenes in Dragon Ball Z are not good. But we were actually pretty surprised that it was based off of Gohan a little bit, but it actually took quite a twist. So there was a lot of CGI, as Jose mentioned, throughout the movie, and you can see in our background pictures, it's clear CGI. But at the beginning, it looks very cartoonish, like you're watching some sort of, I don't know, like maybe like some Pixar film or something like that. But then when it goes on, it definitely gets better. Like when you see some of the transformations, some of the attacks that are done, just imagine like a CGI Kamehameha that's done really well. It actually gives a lot more like depth to the actual attack. And we actually saw some CGI in the Broly movie as well. They were playing around with it a little bit, and I think the audience reaction was it was okay. They didn't really mind it too much, so I think they tried to go all out with CGI. I don't think the CGI here was a big weak point in the movie. I think it was really just the story, the fighting overall that carried it, the comedic aspects. I think it's definitely a lighthearted film, and you get to find out some stuff about Piccolo and Gohan. You get to see some of their fighting prowess in here. A lot of comedic stuff, callbacks to Dragon Ball. Definitely check it out as like a light-hearted Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah, I think you guys summed it up pretty well. I haven't been, keeping up with Dragon Ball Z since I was a little kid, but I was still able to enjoy the movie. Like you guys said, a lot of comedic relief that definitely helped push the movie along. Regarding the animation, yeah, Jose is right, and Mayor said it too. The first half of the movie, it's just not quite there yet. Some of them look like Pokemon battles, especially when they're like panning, doing like the rise from the bottom of their face to like above their face. That kind of looked like a Pokemon battle every now and then. But at the end, the fights were fire.
Mhm.
So it was an enjoyable movie, like you guys said. I haven't watched the other three movies, so I don't have a good comparison point. But overall, it was a pretty good movie to watch. So let's give it a rating. I think about a 7 for me. It was a pretty good average movie. Mayor Hosea, how about you guys?
I'll give it a 6 out of 10, and we'll explain why we gave it this rating later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 6.8 out of 10. Could be 6.5, but I want to be generous because I really did have a really good time, even though it wasn't my favorite movie. So 6.8 out of 10 is what it gets from me. So to get into a little bit of spoilers here, or spoilers in general. So the movie overall, really, in my opinion, was an appreciation movie or a love letter, for Piccolo, because in the running joke is that he's really Gohan's father, and he's in this movie he's technically Pan's father. Like he's taking the job again. Gohan is falling into the same steps of Goku, but just it's not fighting, it's his studies, it's his job. So it's like Piccolo's picking up the slack. He's training Pan, he's picking up from school, he's protecting Pan. Piccolo is the driving force behind Gohan and Goku in Dragon Ball Z in their success. If you really look at the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, you really think about it, that's really what it was. And this movie kind of just highlighted that, and it finally gave him justice in a fight. He kind of got a new power. Orange Piccolo. I thought that was funny. That the name, I thought that was hilarious. So I appreciate that Piccolo doesn't get enough respect, but this movie definitely gave Piccolo the respect he deserves. So just wanted to say that.
Yeah, you got to see a lot of Piccolo's abilities too. You got to see him transform into the big Piccolo. You got to see his regeneration when his limbs are cut off. Special beam cannon is something that you also saw. You got to pretty much they referenced Piccolo's history. They had King Piccolo, they had Kami, so they were going through his entire history pretty much of Piccolo. This was definitely just a Piccolo movie. And then you got his new form, which was pretty cool. So although the way he got his new form was kind of hand waving, make Shenron give me a little bit of extra power. I thought it was funny how Shenron was like, "Oh, it's you," when he was summoned because he recognized Piccolo. So yeah, it's definitely a big Piccolo movie. You would think that it's going to be based off of Gohan, and Gohan definitely gets his screen time, right? He gets to be the main fighter or one of the main fighters, and then he also gets his transformation and everything like that. So definitely a full-on Piccolo movie, in my opinion. We got to see a lot of the android stuff, pretty much the Cell Saga, which I think is the peak of Dragon Ball Z. That whole saga right there. You got to see references to Dr. Gero, his work. We get his grandson Hito, which we can see the family history too. Like the grandmother was somebody that an android was based off of. The Android 16 was based off of their son. And then Dr. Hito apparently has no knowledge of any of Dr. Gero's stuff. So he's working from scratch, pretty much just being manipulated by the Red Ribbon Army. And it's great to see the Red Ribbon Army again because they're like such a huge antagonist in Dragon Ball. So lots of callbacks, lots of old callbacks. You even got a little bit of Krillin callback too, using that Destructo disc to save his girl, Android 18. So that was nice.
Yeah, Destructo Disc is an underrated move. Back in the Dragon Ball Z days in the Frieza saga, that Destructo Disc was fire.
Yeah.
That was one of the best moves on the low. So yeah, I really did like that. I like that they gave Krillin a little shine in the movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of recalling all the main characters. Like you guys said, Krillin came through at the end, Mr. Popo, and that was funny. But I like the, Goku and Vegeta part with Broly and Beerus. I think that was I'm glad they added that, because it brings a callback to some of the, fans like me who watched it as a kid, and that was your main characters, Goku and Vegeta. So it's still I still appreciate, even though it's Dragon Ball Z has come such a far way. We got kids at this point. So I'm glad they could still put the OGs, in the movie. So appreciate that.
yeah.
I'm surprised that they referenced Broly. Broly was training with them, Goku and Vegeta, on Beerus's planet wherever he was at, and they also had references to Jiren as well. I don't know if they're actually going to go into any of that in the actual manga. So we'll have to find out when they actually do the anime. So that was a very interesting point that they brought up there.
Mhm. that is interesting because yeah, if they're gonna do what they did with the first two movies and make that basically a part of Dragon Ball Super, I'm gonna be upset. Like I'm okay if they just keep it moving or like just act like you've seen it, but I please don't go through the whole thing again. Like they did with the Beerus part. They literally just replayed the movie into the show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they wasted like 40 episodes. So I really don't want to see that again. But um yeah, so a reason that in my opinion, the movie was lacking is because although Dragon Ball Z is never known for their plots or anything like that, the plot honestly, like it was lazy. It was like the way that everyone got their powers or the way they powered up or the way Gohan got his new power was lazy. The way Piccolo got his new power, like Mayor said, was lazy. Like it was the main villain, Cell Max, lazy. Like it was very lazy. It like it seemed like they put more effort into the comedy than they did the story. The comedy was witty. And it was like, oh, I remember that. Or they put more effort into the cool jokes with the side characters and the Red Ribbon Soldiers and things like that than the actual plot. So Dragon Ball Super is never known. They're never known for the plot. But I'm noticing a trend where everyone is starting to just get powers for no reason without the work. They did this in Dragon Ball Super, that whole saga in the tournament, all these Saiyans out of nowhere becoming Super Saiyan like that. They're not going through no struggle, no turmoil, not coming an inch to their life and death in 5 tournaments to become, what they are. They just, now you can wish your powers, and now you can just remember or get angry because somebody's hurt and you can go jump 5 levels without training in 10 years. I thought that was silly. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have the same opinion on that, but yeah, that's why I felt like it was lazy.
Jose, I agree, man. Like, I think the biggest disappointment for me was Cell Max. Like, I felt like they were building him up, and then when they finally brought him out, he just seemed like a dumb, big villain that just got defeated. He was just there as like a fireworks show, essentially. That was all. And like, I don't recall Cell being that type of character. So like Cell Max, I should feel like is like the better version, and that's what it was supposed to be. But he just seemed like a puppet, like that's what he kept doing. He just kept yelling. There's like no sort of intelligence at all. So I was really disappointed in the main villain and kind of how they ended it. There was no struggle. Like Jose said, Gohan just powered up. We saw, a transformation we've never seen before. And like that's how he defeats him. That was too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, big thing that caused my rating was definitely the hand waving transformations. I feel like Piccolo, they should have showed that he actually trained to get to that point. Like he's been training to actually reach that orange Piccolo form. And for Gohan, I'm not really sure, what could have justified that transformation, right? Because I mean, plenty of Saiyans see people die all the time and they do transform. So, but I feel like Gohan definitely needed a little bit more to justify this new transformation, which apparently they're calling Beast now. Gohan Beast is his transformation. Kind of a weird name, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's very interesting. So in the movie, some of the other gripes I had was that, so Cell Max, let's talk about Cell Max. So Cell Max, at the end, he blew up, right? That was different because Cell Max is supposed to be a lot much stronger than regular Cell, but Cell Max's explosion was almost like nothing. Like it just locally blew up the area when the original Cell, when he blew up, it was supposed to destroy the entire planet. That was the whole reason why Goku committed suicide by transporting him to Kami's planet. So that didn't happen. Also, I was expecting Cell Max to absorb both the two gamma androids to even become even stronger, shrink down, and become like an ultimate form of like Cell, like that original Cell. That didn't happen because that would have actually been a really powerful villain, right? Gohan would have actually had to fight, but Gohan didn't even really use his form. He just did like one attack, which I don't even realize why. Gohan was so strong, he was easily able to block Cell Max's attack. He should have been able to take down Cell Max without Piccolo's help at all at that point. He didn't need to use special beam cannon. He didn't need Piccolo to hold him down. He didn't need to do any of that. So I felt like the way that the story was written was just a bit odd. They could have had a lot more callbacks. They could have had some of the power scaling make a lot more sense in the show, but they just didn't. I was glad that Goku and Vegeta didn't show up.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird how Piccolo said, "Oh, this might even be trouble for them." No, it would not. I promise you, it would not at all. Especially if they brought in Broly, it would be a wrap. Teleport them to some other planet and just take him out. Right? This is not even a question. But anyway, it was based on Gohan and Piccolo. So just I'll give the movie props because they did Piccolo justice, I thought, in the movie. So if Tournament of Power happened again, this universe is sweeping completely, right? They got Goku Vegeta already. They got Broly. Broly's about to sweep most of the other universes already. Golden Frieza. Gohan has his form. Orange Piccolo. They got Boo. It's a sweep. This is clearly the strongest universe by far, right? And they will even take out Jiren too, because Goku has his Ultra Instinct stuff now. So this is a clear sweep. There's no competition whatsoever.
That is
They
true.
they might even get to the point where they could even take on the gods, but we need to see the gods actually fight. That's what the anime's been depriving us of. They even had a callback to those gods at the beginning of this movie too.
So that's our review of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Did you like the movie? Did you love the movie? Did you hate the movie? Yes, no, maybe so. Leave your comments in the comment section. Give us a like. Please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all the support. We do a lot of movie reviews. We're doing One Piece Red when that comes out. We're doing Suzume no Tajirabo.
Tojimari, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But please like, comment, share. We appreciate all the support. We are Chopped Anime.